it did. Perfect.
Live! Huh?
It'll fix itself. Your eyes will just be shut for a little bit.
Cute.
Okay, hello, welcome back. Even though I haven't posted the New Year's podcast yet, but that's my bad.
I did have Trent the other, I think after New Year's, he asked me, he's like, I haven't had a podcast in a while. Where is it? Where?
I'm tired.
I was like, oh, I thought Lauren did. And he's like, oh, maybe she did. I don't really know. I was like, first of all,
listen, the day after New Year's Eve, so New Year's Day, was exhausting. I was exhausted. Me and Lance, well, he was in his room, I was in the living room. We just slept all day. Or I didn't sleep all day, but like we just did nothing all day. And then I took a nap. And then I had to wake up and make cornbread and black-eyed peas and cabbage for my parents when they got home. I didn't want to do that, but I did it. And then the next day work started, I think.
Yeah.
It did. And then the next day school started and I was just tired. And then this week I was like, I'm going to get it done. Oh, I also went out of town for the weekend after the first week of school. So like I wasn't home with my computer all weekend. So I was like, whatever, I'll get it done eventually. I get to school this week. Life was chaotic and I just like didn't find the time. And I was just, mentally needed to not be on the computer and needed to do other things. And yeah, so here we are to the next weekend and I still haven't done it. I'll probably do it today because I have a 3-day weekend, so it'll get done.
I'm so jealous.
Thank God. My room has Christmas in it. I need to get that down.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I had a really great time at the girls' weekend last weekend, but not having those days at home has really kind of like messed me up when I usually clean and I get my life back together after the New Year's. So it's fine.
That's what last weekend I spent most of Saturday hungover. It was just so bad because I was like, it's not the same as like technically I did have the day here, right? But it's like I do nothing.
Right.
I get up, I do my little hangover routine, which I don't know if I've like said what it is on here.
Oh, didn't know you had that.
I get up, yep, it never fails me. Get up, well, I drink a liquid IV after I get back that night. Then I get up, I take Ellie out so I don't have to do it later.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like try and drink water. Usually fail at that or like can't drink a lot. Take Ellie out, come back, try to eat something, shower in hot and cold water. And then I go back to bed.
Love that.
So that way my stomach's like kind of full. I feel clean. There's nothing like that I feel like I need to get up and do. So we're good. And it works almost every time. But then the nap that I take sometimes puts me waking up at like 4 p.m. like it did that day. So it was a great nap. However, I got nothing done. So it's the same as like I only really had one weekend day, it felt like. But
I'm such a bad napper. It hurts me. Can't do it. I will refuse. I will sit there and I'll stay like staring at the TV or something, and just like refuse to go to sleep.
What if you put on like noise?
No, I do it on purpose. I don't want to go to sleep.
Ugh.
I can't like because it makes me feel so gross waking up from a nap.
Yeah, that's true. Depending on like how long the nap is or like what time you wake up can really like throw your schedule off.
I'd rather be exhausted by the time bedtime comes around than like have that experience after waking up from it. That sounds so dramatic, but like that's just it makes my body feel so like
understandable. I feel like you're either like a nap person or you're like strictly averted to it.
That's me.
Cute.
Okay. Okay. Last piece of update, because I don't have much going on right now. I will though next time because our school dance is this weekend.
Is there like a theme, by the way? I meant to ask that.
So our student council sponsor was like, I was trying so hard for fire and ice. No, we got what is it? Winter in no one knows how to say it. Enchanted Winter Forest. Ding. That's what they came up with. So just like frozen forest. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
I have no words, honestly.
I will try to get some Snapchat like pictures and videos. And I'll see if I can input them.
Like, I feel like you might as well just call it like a winter wonderland.
That's what I keep wanting to say.
Because this enchanted frozen forest or whatever the heck, that sounds weird and scary unless you make it look like a winter wonderland with all the pretty lights and stuff. And then it's no longer a freaking forest.
Yeah, I'll try to see if like they sell the tickets and I can get a picture of the tickets or something.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't know if you can speak to this though. So if not, just brush it off or we'll cut it out. Are there like furries at your school?
Not that I know of. No one really dresses like that. I mean, I know like when we went to school, people did. But no, people, I mean, I think my mom has seen a few over the years, but I don't see that happening as much. I see a lot more of like girls dressing very masculine.
Gotcha.
And like nail polish, which is like whatever on anyone, and then some hairstyles are interesting. Some makeup choices are interesting, but that like happens. And like maybe some like anime influence every once in a while, but like
Okay.
not really like anything too out of the norm. I don't know.
Okay. I'm kind of just wondering as far as this like dance thing goes, if anyone's gonna show up as like straight up animal.
We'll see with that because I mean, some of these kids have shown me like what they're trying to wear for dresses and stuff, and I'm like, dang, that's tight. That's a little sequin dress. So we'll see. I'll come back with a full fashion review.
Oh, can't wait.
But yeah. Okay, your update.
Okay.
Which means I might have to edit some of the New Year's stuff when we were talking about him, but it's fine.
Yeah, maybe. I don't really.
I'll see. I don't even remember what we talked about, so it's okay.
Either. But yeah, so Kylie's got a boyfriend now. Wow. So cute.
Insert applause.
Huh?
I said I'm gonna insert the applause noise if I can find one.
Yeah, but it was really cute. See, we brought over these flowers and chocolates. Yeah. That's about it. I don't know. I mean, he did ask me he told me he was gonna ask me. So we were going out on Friday. And he told me he was planning to ask me on Friday. Then he realized it was Friday the 13th and said that was basically setting us up for failure. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. But obviously when we got back, it was Saturday the 14th. So then it was fine. So then he walked in to my kitchen and was like, had flowers in one hand and the chocolate in the other. He was like, hey, Kylie, will you be my girlfriend? And I was like, yeah. It was basically it. It was the most casual thing ever, but it was really cute. So.
Yay.
Ta-da! After
October?
Yeah, but I'm thinking like Yeah, it's been almost 3 years since I've been in a relationship.
Mhm.
So this all feels very weird to me.
That's okay.
Like, I was like thinking the other day, well, not the other day, literally yesterday. I was like, I have a boyfriend now. That's weird. I was like, no, I don't. No, that's weird. That's not a thing for Kylie. And I was like, later I was like sitting on my floor, like drying my rug because it had like a water thing on it and it wasn't drying. Anyways, besides the point. And then I was like, it's just like dawning on me at random points. I'm like, oh yeah, wait, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. But it's weird because it's like I've never like I guess yeah, it's a little bit different than like just dating and like being in a relationship, but it's kind of felt like the like most of the time that we were talking, like neither of us owed each other anything, but it's kind of felt like we've been kind of just exclusively talking and dating each other for a decent amount of time. So it doesn't feel like super weird or like it's a big, huge difference.
Which is good.
Which is good. So that's where we're at with that. Yeah. Applause for Kylie.
Hey.
Woohoo.
And
Maybe
we'll
she'll be alone forever.
Huh?
I said maybe she won't be alone forever.
Oh. I will be. It's okay though.
Nah. We're gonna have those dink households.
Yes, for anyone that doesn't know, we want, what is it? Double income, no kid households.
Or dink wads.
Or
With a dog.
Oh, I love it. Even though I probably do want kids eventually. I guess. I don't know.
You could be like a dink wad for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And then not be anymore. You know, like that's chill.
Yeah, I just go so back and forth about like wanting a kid and then also only wanting to be an aunt so I can give the kid back.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll find out. I
That's
think
what
it
we'll see.
all depends on who you marry and if they're the right person to co-parent with.
Ugh, true.
Anyways, not getting into that.
But
Um,
I can actually ask you this. So I had a meeting this week and we were just like waiting for it was supposed to be a meeting between like 4 of us that were working on the project like internally and then like a couple of like not operations people but just like the analysts on the customer but we were waiting on all of like their side to show up. So we were just sitting there chatting and I think it had been like quite a day for everyone. And so my advisor was like, "Hey guys, I have a fun icebreaker." And we're all like, "What's up?" Okay. And he's like, "If you won the Mega Millions." And he's like, "What's your first?" It was like 595 million or something like that. I don't know. I don't keep up with that, but I was like, oh, that's a lot of money. He was like, what would your first extravagant purchase be? So I want to know yours. Because I said mine during the meeting and it was a very stupid answer, but it's okay.
Extravagant. Like, is this like realistic and smart, or it can be, or you want more of like my
just like your first extravagant purchase, because it doesn't have to be like keep in mind this is a crap ton of money and after tax like that takes a lot out, but let's think tax doesn't exist, right? You clearly have more money than you can practically spend, I guess. So it's like just what's your first extravagant purchase? Doesn't have to be your smartest, doesn't have to be your biggest, could be practical if that's what you like think of, but it also could be totally like random or just like for yourself type of thing.
I think I would pay or I would buy, I don't know how to phrase that. I would want to go on a trip with like my entire family. similar to like when we went to our parish trip
Mhm.
and like spend like a month in Europe and go all over
Yeah.
and like stay in like really nice like Airbnbs or hotels and just bop around for a
Yeah.
month and like see how many places we could like hit on the list.
Mm.
I don't know how much money that would even cost, but that's what we do. And I
Uh,
pay for everybody.
yeah.
Just want to go. Yeah.
Okay. That seems like a pretty there was like 4 of us in the meeting at the time, and 2, like one said a year-long cruise.
Oh no. Heck no. Ooh. I love a cruise, but that's a long time.
I think, but I guess I don't really know. You got enough money, you could probably just tell the ship to hold off, and you could end up staying at like other places rather than just on the ship. I don't really know. But yeah, he said that, and then another guy said that he would go on like kind of like what you're saying, just like a really long trip, just go different places. Like I don't think it was specific to Europe, but just like around. Um,
Yeah. I just know a lot of my family wants to go to Europe
yeah,
and like do all that. So it would be specific to there, but I mean, I would go other places, but
yeah. But the other guy that was in the meeting, he's like, I think in his like early 30s or something. And he would buy another house. So I was like, that's smart. Like all of these choices, I'm like, oh my God, that's so good.
yeah.
And me, I said I would buy a water park.
Why?
I don't know. The first thing that came up to in my mind, and I think the reasoning and the justification was literally just that it's been so cold and so overcast up here, and I'm like so tired of it. And today and yesterday, it's actually like you can actually see the sky. Like the sky is blue today and not just covered with clouds, which is nice. But it's just been like so dreary and cold that I just like want summer and warmth. And so I said this on my meeting. And by this time, one of the customer contacts had shown up and heard me say water park. I was like, I have no justification for this, and I'll admit it. However, it's so cold, and then we kind of got on the topic of like, he was like, Kylie, if you buy a water park, this is a customer contact. He's like, if you buy a water park, probably just want to like watch who you actually let into the water park, because like some of those like they can be like there's so many people, there's so many like just kids running around everywhere, and I was like, oh yeah, they're disgusting. I'm very aware, but I just still want one.
Why couldn't it be your personal and private water park?
That's true. I mean, this is where it came from, is like the whole like I want to have a connected house with a lazy river.
Yes.
So that's where this originated. But then I was like, why stop at a lazy river? I have $595 million.
Yeah.
Let's go for a full water park feeling. But out of that conversation, I did find out. So the guy who would buy a second house, his wife actually works up in like the Wisconsin Dells area, which is like a big water park scene. Why we have like, I think the world's most, it's something like we have the most amount of water parks, or that's just like the biggest water park.
Okay.
It's in Wisconsin for some reason.
Oh, it is so cold there. Sorry, I was looking up y'all's temperature.
Yeah, she's freezing. It is 72 degrees in my apartment, and I'm wearing a tank top because I'm like, it's summer in my apartment right now.
Not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday, the low is 13.
Yeah, that's not surprising at all.
Oh.
I mean, it got like negative when, like right around Christmas, like right around when I was leaving here. So yeah, and it's supposed to potentially snow on Thursday and Monday, next Monday. Well, this coming Monday.
Oh,
So
okay.
cute. So fun.
Sorry. Okay, so she's over in this water park thing.
Oh, yeah. So she works over in, like, the Dells area. And so after I was like, I think I just really want summer. The guy was like, oh, Kylie, there's actually this, like, indoor water park up in, like, the Dells that has, like, the light in there mimics the sunlight. And so you can literally sit inside and tan.
That's fancy.
I'm like, you're telling me I can go there, correct this pastiness, maybe get my vitamin D fix too? I don't really know if, like, that would work, but I feel like it would.
We're looking this up.
If it's like, if it mimics the sunlight, I think it would give you your vitamin D, right?
Mm-hmm. It should.
So,
Well,
I guess it depends. I don't really know, like, the details. But either way, it would at least be like a vitamin D placebo effect type of thing. Because I would just be sitting there tanning. So, and I told Sydney about this, and I think we're just going to get, like, I think one Saturday, we're just going to get, like, a big group of us and just, like, I mean, I think the Dells are, like, an hour-ish away. So I think we're just going to get a big group of us and go up there, maybe, like, Saturday to Sunday, and just, like, go to the water park. There's, like, some outlet stores up there, too, and just, like, have a weekend. And I'm so excited.
Is it called Wilderness Resort?
I don't remember. I didn't get the name of it. It's a water park, though, so I don't know, like, if it's one of those resort water parks or, like, a water park specifically. But I'm going to ask him tomorrow and see. Huh?
A water dome.
A water dome?
I don't know. There's a lot.
Okay, yeah, sure. Why not?
Uninterrupted UV light transmission. And as many of you know, because the roof is transparent to ultraviolet light, our guests can tan indoors year-round, and plants don't just grow in this water park, they thrive.
So I'm going.
Yeah.
Basically.
There are a lot of water parks in this little area.
That's why I think it's like a big thing. It's like a really big thing. At least in, like,
It's so random.
Destination in the Midwest. So
Sure.
It's very interesting. But I really want to go and see what it's about.
Did I tell you, speaking of, like, world's biggest or world's smallest or world's most, whatever? So, where did we go for New Year's? Kirby's. Did I tell you that it's, like, the Texas's longest? Because I knew we were, like, trying to figure out what it was the other night. People kept saying different things, but yeah, it's like the Texas's longest bar.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I really liked that place. I really want to go back. It's just in a little bit of a weird location.
Yeah.
Not actually weird. I think it might just feel weird because we've always just seen that as, like, a parking lot.
I think that's what it is. I feel like because it's, like, in my mind, where the temporary ice skating rink was, and also, like, it is just a parking lot to us. But now it's a place. But, like, before,
it was literally just a huge parking lot as part of the movie theater.
Right. So yeah, it feels a little odd, but I don't know. I did like the environment a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Except for being hit on randomly at the end, but that's okay.
I forgot about that.
I did too, until Hannah and I were talking yesterday.
I was, like, trying to remember, and I was like, I'm not like I was like, I didn't forget things from that night. Like, what is going on? And then I remembered. Yeah, that was very weird.
I didn't like it.
I just love the fact that, like, they ordered us drinks and then they, like, went off and, like, didn't do anything. So then Lance goes and, like, we're like, yeah, those are drinks right up there, like, behind the counter. And Lance just goes up and grabs them and brings them over. That was like probably my favorite part of the night. Just the way he was like, yep, okay.
It was such an odd interaction, but it was like I'm glad like okay, this is where yesterday Hannah was talking about how she doesn't know what she's done, but she's manifested like all this male attention all of a sudden. But it's not great because the guys that are popping in are not great. And I was like, I kind of feel that. Like I feel like I joke about how everyone's in love with me, and then these guys will pop up. All of a sudden I'm like, oh. Like with the guy from the other night, I was like, thanks for the drink. Leave me alone now. Like, catch the hint. If you're at a bar, you talk for a second, you get a free drink, and you walk away.
Yeah.
Or you exchange fake numbers and you go away.
Yeah. Well, they don't know any, and it's like, that's what I've realized too, is like, it's just like, and this is kind of, I guess this is kind of off topic, but like, I've realized since I've been up here, and like, when I was, like, when just Sydney and I would go out, that we would get some guys that would like come up and talk to us.
Right.
But it was, and I never like really, like, it never got to the point where I like asked them for a drink, because I was probably already drinking and I just didn't really want, like, it just wasn't on my mind. But it's like I would have conversations or like exchange like a couple back and forth like comments with these guys. But it's like, if I wasn't into it, which I think every time I wasn't, but
Right.
it's there's graceful ways for both parties to leave that conversation.
Yeah.
And like, I just noticed that since I've been up here. Like, there was a guy who I thought I was going in and shaking his hand, and then once I like made contact with his hand, he spun me and then started dancing with me, and I wasn't very into it. And I think he started to tell that I wasn't. So then, like, it was like on for a little bit, and then he was like, kind of like, oh, like we were talking like a little bit still. I think I was trying to be nice. And then we were like, oh yeah. He was like, okay, well, have a good night. And I was like, thanks, you too. And then he dipped.
Right. Like,
there's such easy ways to just like peace out, and like I'm still gonna have a good night. You're gonna have a good night. No drama. We didn't ruin each other's nights, but like we can both gracefully be like, hi, nice to meet you. You're cool, but bye.
Right. It doesn't even have to be graceful all the time. Like, you can literally just be like, okay, cool, bye. Like, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
It shouldn't ever be a thing, but I feel like a lot of times it becomes a thing.
No, and I could tell like that guy hated the way I was like acting, but he was making me really uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, and it's like,
I started talking to my brother.
also, if you're gonna come up to a girl, you kind of gotta be prepared for whatever you get, because you could get, hi, I don't want to talk to you, bye. You could get, oh yeah, I'll talk to you, buy me a drink.
He asked me what I was drinking. That's
right. Or you could get someone who's like, chill, hi, bye, boom. Like, you have to be, if you're a guy that approaches a girl in a bar, you have to be prepared for literally whatever you're gonna get.
Right. He came up.
Come in and being like, oh my God, I cannot believe that she doesn't want to talk to me. I cannot believe that she just wants a drink from me. Like, you came up to her unsolicited and asked what that was like his opening line to you.
Well, he accidentally bumped me in the shoulder and said, oh, my bad, sorry. And I was like,
I hated the way that happened. I hated it. It was so funny though.
I feel how fake it was. Like, I could literally feel how fake the contact was. Anyways, that pissed me off. And then it was, oh, what are you drinking? Oh, and I literally said, oh, we're actually leaving, like we're closing out. So that could have been his way of being like, oh, I don't have to buy her a drink now.
Yeah, and that's I feel like that should have been his thing of like, oh, I'm not going to get anything from her, period. Like, you know? Because you could have also responded in a way that made you seem like much more into it than you were.
Yeah, I could have been like, oh, I'm actually done drinking for the night, but like, let's keep talking. Like, I don't know. I could have done so many other things.
Yeah, but you didn't.
I closed it down. Like, and I'm sorry, like, he just kept going. So yeah, I'm going to make him get me a drink because he's wasted like 3 minutes of my time at that point. So, I mean, it was just like,
something.
Like, and then I just made him like, give me a drink so he would stop talking to me directly. And then it just felt weird. And I'm pretty sure his friend noticed it was weird too, because his friend left.
Yeah. But also, I'm pretty sure his friend bought the drinks. It wasn't even that guy. Like, I feel bad for that, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad if his friend put him in that position and was like, yo, let's get these two girls drinks when.
I don't even feel like his friend was interested in, no offense to you. I just don't think he was interested at all in getting a girl.
Yeah, no. Because I was clearly on, like, it was literally them two, like, guy who paid, guy who bumped into you, you, and then me. And I wasn't even having a conversation with anyone. If anything, I was like watching y'all's conversation and trying to still be in it so I could buffer. But like, no, his friend was not interested in a single thing. He barely even looked over too. Like, I was watching to see if like I should involve him in the conversation too, but like,
I don't think he cared.
no,
Like,
he looked pretty much just like he was chill or he was like done. Like, he was not looking for like conversation.
right. And then like he had the same name as Lance. So that was weird.
Cute.
Then he had to go talk to Lance. I was like,
yeah, no, that was weird.
Which thankfully my brother is not a stupid person and was like, yeah, man, like you can go talk to her, but like just don't be surprised if she says no. like she's her own person. She doesn't have to say yes to anything.
I
was like, thank God for Lance. But I'm just like, why are y'all? Why can't I find a good one? Which I have found like one good one in the past few months, I guess. But then he like was not good. What's his name? No, we have a name for him, and I can't think of his name. Fireball?
Oh.
Screwball? Whatever is it? What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, cruise guy, no bueno. Like fun, but like became icky.
Right.
And then is it Screwball? Because it's the whiskey. So
Yeah.
Screwball, I still feel like if we were in the same town, like it would have been so key. It would have been so nice. But then like his Snapchat score really freaks me out still.
That was so weird. Oh, that was so like.
So like, who knows if that was like a past thing or if like he still does it.
Yeah,
Both.
that's true. I mean, at this point, people have had snaps since like 7th grade.
Right,
So.
and like he easily could like. I mean, he does seem like a person that just meets everyone.
Yeah.
So he definitely still does it, but like I feel like that score could be from whenever, right?
Right.
Give him the benefit of the doubt. Then this guy, and I'm like, he sucks. I'm just so tired. I just want one good one that sticks around for like maybe a week or two.
It's not asking much.
No, I just want like not even like a talking phase, but like a mini flirty phase.
Yeah.
Like something that lasts more than just an interaction at the bar.
Yeah.
I think that's like, again, cruise, holds different time. You're in forced proximity, so it's easy. But like, I just like, I don't know. And Tinder is like not popping at all right now. Like it's fine for my ego.
Right.
But like the talking isn't going anywhere with any of them, and like it's fine. That's fine too, because like I'm not gonna be doing anything.
You should get a different app. What about Hinge?
Yeah, I thought about it, but I don't want to fill out the prompts.
Can we do it right now?
You suck.
I'm kidding, you don't have to. But I think it would be fun to like go through it and like make it.
Maybe the next podcast can be that.
Okay.
Like give me about a month on a dating app. And then we'll switch.
So
that could be 2023. I try out a new dating app every month.
Is there 12 dating apps?
No, maybe, probably.
Probably, but you're gonna end up getting to like the farmer's one and like whatnot at the end of it. You know?
Could be funny. Also, probably my type.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. It might be a little more up your alley than what we would like to admit. However,
Yeah, or like at least the guys that are like that think I'm their type.
right, right.
Because I'm really good at spotting those, like we've talked about.
Okay. Do you want to get to your homework?
Oh God, my eye is itching so bad. So my therapist gives me homework every once in a while, and this homework was the VIA Institute of like Characteristics quiz. VIA Institute on Character. Basically, they do a personality test that measures, I'm reading their About Me thing, individual character strengths. And I did this at the very beginning of therapy with her. So, like, the very first, not the very first, maybe like the first or second session. She had me do this for homework to see where I kind of was. And so, like, right now, my homework is to see where I'm at compared to where I started. Because we feel like I've gone through a lot of different changes, obviously, and a lot of growth, and we want to just kind of see.
Yeah.
So I've also always wanted someone else to do it because I think my parents did it, or my mom did it, but I don't remember her results. But I really think it's interesting. Also, she does want me to have my mom do it because we want to like compare my strengths with hers because I like just talk about how I want to be just like Tanya basically in every aspect. And so I'm trying to see how those align.
Yeah.
Because she has a lot more patience than I do, and I really want that for me, but I just don't know. Anyways, so yeah, I sent you the link, and probably for recording's sake, like I'll just cut out us actually taking it because I can't. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could put the screen on, but that's a lot. That's weird.
Yeah.
I'll cut this out where we're talking about it, and then we can come back and share our results. But the strengths that they have, and I could probably find a list somewhere, but all 24. I'll just talk about a few. So appreciation of beauty and excellence, bravery, curiosity, creativity, fairness, forgiveness, honesty, gratitude, etc. Like, there's a lot of cool little ones that they bring up. So it'll show I think our top 5 and our bottom 5, if I remember correctly. I don't know. The last time I took this was August of 2021. So it has been over a year now.
That's so cool. Also, I feel like this is a really cool way to start out like the new year too.
Yeah, August of 2021, I also had just gone through the breakup. I took it, wait. Maybe? Oh God, I can't even look at a calendar that far back. Let's see. August of 20, I took it a week after the breakup. So that is something. Exactly a week after the breakup.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm starting it now.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about our top 5.
Okay. Do I need to talk about my other ones too?
Do you want to? Like then versus now type of thing?
Yeah.
You can. I think
Okay.
that's cool.
Okay. So in August of 2021, so I was down bad, and I was just in my first week of law school, just post breakup, lots of bad, like just life was real hard. my top 5 were love, which is valuing close relations with others. 2 was prudence, so being careful about one's choices. Honesty, so speaking the truth. Fairness, treating all people the same. And hope, which is expecting the best in the future and working to achieve it. So those are my top 5. Now, this is so weird. Okay. So my first one is humor. So like liking to laugh and tease, bringing smiles to other people, seeing the light side, making jokes, which like as a teacher now, especially like I definitely see how like that's a big one for me. Honesty, so still have honesty in my top 5. Fairness is still in my top 5, which doesn't surprise me because like honesty and fairness are big for me.
Yeah.
Judgment, so thinking things through and examining them from all sides. And my number 5 now is perspective.
Ooh.
So being able to provide wise counsel to others, having ways of looking at the world that make sense to oneself / others, which like very like, I don't know. They like, it makes sense. Also number 6 is social intelligence.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. So I feel like it makes a lot of sense. Oh, well, number 6 back then was social intelligence too. So that's interesting. So like not much has changed. I don't love is a little further down now. But I also see that as just me being like more comfortable with like those relationships because I feel like then I was like grasping onto anything I could.
Yeah.
Department that I was like I'm grasping onto my parents, I'm grasping onto my friends, like I'm struggling and I need that, so it makes sense. Yeah. So number 1 is humor.
I love that.
I know, like it's I don't know. I like it. But it's just like kind of surprised me, honestly. Ooh. And then we can do our bottom ones in a second.
Okay. I don't know if I necessarily agree with mine.
Okay.
But I think it might be reflective of what's going on in my life, like with my family situation.
Absolutely.
So I think that's like the main influence here. Number 1 is spirituality. Having coherent beliefs about the higher purpose and meaning of the universe, knowing where one fits within the larger scheme, having beliefs about the meaning of life that shape conduct and provide comfort, which that's not surprising to me at all. Number 2 is honesty. Speaking the truth, but more broadly, presenting oneself in a genuine way and acting in a sincere way, being without pretense, taking responsibility for one's feelings and actions. Which I like. I like that too. Number 3 is kindness. Doing favors and good deeds for others, helping them, taking care of them, which I feel like is pretty on par. But I can understand also why it's not higher because with the whole like, I don't know. I just feel like the position that I'm in with not having like my besties all around me, I think, and then also going through like the family situation, I think makes a big like, that's why there's not as like as big of a, I think, like emotional thing in my top 5. Anyways.
What was that one again? I'm sorry.
Kindness.
Kindness. Okay.
That was number 3. Which I like that one being up there still. Number 4 is judgment. So, and I think that's like pretty on par with what's going on. And I know you like, I think you had that one too, so you already like explained it. And then number 5 is self-regulation. Regulating what one feels and does, being disciplined, controlling one's appetites and emotions. And I feel like that's a big thing right now, like being by myself.
Yeah.
Big thing that I'm trying to like get after this year too. So I think it's really cool that it's like, it's in my brain. It's on my radar. So that one was pretty cool. Number 6 is love. And that, I feel like love should have been a little bit higher though, because like, I feel like relationships and like bonds with people is kind of what makes life worth living in a way. So I'm kind of surprised that that's not like higher up, maybe is like even like really that it's not in my top 5 at all. I kind of expect it to be like at least number 3 or something, but
I don't know, because at the same time you have to think like this is out of 24 things, so it being number 6 is pretty high.
yeah, that's true.
And also like there's so many of them, like this might just not be something you're kind of thinking about right now
That's true.
as much as the other ones. Like right now, love was number 1 for me last time. It's
Uh-huh.
number 15 for me now.
Yeah, I also think that might be like influenced by like me not having like kind of like I said like all my close people
Yep.
like around me and just not being surrounded by that. Because if I was surrounded by it more, it probably would, like you're saying, be more like on the brain.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Want to do bottom?
Like bottom 3?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, I don't like my bottom 3.
Well,
but I feel like it might be applicable to where I am right now, so it's fine. It's fine.
so number 22, because it's 22 through 24. Curiosity, so taking an interest in ongoing experience. 23 is creativity, so thinking of novel and productive ways to conceptualize and do things. This one's gonna make me sad. Is back then it was bravery, so not shrinking from threat, challenge, and difficulty or pain. And like I felt like the least brave person back then, so it's kind of sad. I remember like that whenever I was going through it, like I know I didn't click it very high, but it's still my number 24 now, like bravery. And I think I'm a brave person, but it's just like not something I guess that's like as on my radar as something I think. I don't know. It's been a big topic in therapy, I guess.
It might be like bravery, I feel like has a lot of different facets to it too that like might not all be caught in this like questionnaire thing.
And then okay, so now my bottom ones are perseverance, so finishing what one starts. Because I was being honest, I was like, I don't think I always finish everything. I do at work.
Yeah.
For that. And then like now I'm kind of thinking, well, I didn't finish law school, but that wasn't like a quit. I don't know. Like there's just so many things that have happened since then.
Yeah. There's also like I feel like have awareness to realize, oh, this thing's not serving me anymore, leaving it. Like it's not necessarily like a quitter mentality thing.
Right. Forgiveness is one of my bottom ones now. And because I don't really believe in like forgetting anymore. Like I don't. I used to when I was in a bad relationship, like I would have to. I forgave them. Why can't I forget it? And it's because you can't. Because it hurts you. So, yeah. And then, like I said, bravery is still my like lowest one. But knowing my progress in therapy, I do know that I am a brave person. It just isn't like something that pops up all the time. But
yeah,
brave in my own sense.
Right.
Your turn.
All right. So number 22, this one hurts a little bit. Number 22 is leadership.
No, I see that for you right now.
Yeah. Like right now, I feel like it's very on par. Like there's not really areas where I feel like I can take, like I don't feel like there's a lot of opportunities to lead as I'm literally 6 months into my job, still doing a lot of training, still doing like a crap ton of learning, and that's the biggest thing that I do right now. And like leadership doesn't really come up as much in like social aspects. I feel like when I think of leadership, I think more of like work, job related stuff, or like an organization. And like I'm not really involved in organizations right now. And then the leadership at work thing, I'm literally 6 months in, so
that's okay.
Yeah. But it hurt a little bit because I was like, I think that was like a big thing for me and like previously, and something that I like appreciated about myself was like I thought that I was like a really good leader, which I still could be, but it's just not in like I don't have as many opportunities right now, I feel like. Anyways, number 23 is zest. This one hurt a little bit too, I'm not gonna lie. It says approaching life with excitement and energy, not doing things halfway or half-heartedly, living life as an adventure, feeling alive and activated.
That doesn't surprise me for right now either with you.
Right. Like it hurts though, I'll be honest, because I really like myself when I'm in my routine and I'm thriving, you know, like I have my set routine and I get to like go out and do all this other stuff. Right now, I'm just not in that stage. Right now, it's a lot of like trying to grasp onto that routine still, get into that momentum. So that's where my focus is. So my focus isn't going like off and being spontaneous and being like super energetic, because most of my day to day is work and kind of grasping onto that routine. So, but it makes me excited for when I do get this back, because it does remind me like I've been in that spot before where like I have my shit together.
Right.
And I get to kind of do that. So I think it'd be cool to do this in like 6 months or a year and see how it changes.
I kind of want to see like just in 6 months how much we could change.
Because I think for me it'd be a lot, because I think I'm still going through like a big like massive change that will probably be like wrapping up in 6 months. Like I'll have my routine down, I'll have like my people, I'll probably be a little bit more involved like in the community wise, and I'll have more things to do because it won't be freaking 20 degrees outside all the time.
Yeah, we should do this for like your 1 year anniversary in Wisconsin.
Yeah, that'd be cute.
Okay.
And then my my bottom one was forgiveness.
I could tell by the way I said mine.
Huh?
I said I could tell by whenever I said mine.
Yeah, like that was just making me laugh so hard when you were saying yours, because that's what like I feel like is the big thing is like I'll forgive people, and I think it's kind of weird because it's like spirituality is number 1, forgiveness is number 24. So it's kind of like a little bit odd because I'm like I do feel like I'm like very tied into my faith, and that's like my biggest part of my identity. However, I don't believe in the forgive and forget.
I don't know.
And like I can deal with like not holding a grudge against people, and I'm not going to wish you bad. It's just if I see that you're not benefiting my life and you're like hindering me, not even being like a neutral person, like if I can tell that like you are physically like bringing me down, I'm going to remove myself from that situation.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think I've talked to
after like multiple chances. Like I'm not just like, oh,
the one and
made me feel really bad today, peace out, bye. But it's like if I can tell that it's more of like a innate personality thing for someone, and like they constantly just make me like feel either crappy about myself or like they don't benefit. And I'm not saying like other people should benefit me, but it's like if you're bringing me down, I don't understand why I'm still trying to like have a relationship with you.
Absolutely. I get that.
Oh, it's kind of like I'll forgive. I'm gonna wish you well, but like there's no purpose for me in like that scenario. So I think that's where the forgiveness thing comes in. But yeah.
And I wouldn't be like, so, because my therapist and I talked about like the whole forgiveness thing and like a more spiritual aspect and Christianity and all that. And it's just like, yes, it's important, but also it's like, you don't have to be so harsh on yourself if you aren't like completely forgiving a person for hurting you. Like there's only so much as a human that we can do.
Yeah, and it's hard to do too, especially when like
Especially
like you can always give yourself closure, but I feel like it's hard to forgive someone who doesn't even know that they did wrong.
Yeah.
But asking for your forgiveness.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what I'm encountering right now.
Yeah. But, so I mean, like there is this like a it's a weird thing because like forgiveness is such a big thing for Christians, but like we ain't perfect.
Right.
And if someone hurts you bad, like
And it's not like that should be an excuse. It's like you're working and like you should try to forgive, but it's like what you're saying, like don't beat yourself up if
yes,
it doesn't happen overnight. Like,
absolutely.
because you also don't want it to be like a fake forgiveness. That's what I've talked about with my mom too, is I was like, look, I'm trying to like forgive like my dad for this stuff, but like I don't want it to be like a, oh yeah, I forgive you, like fake forgiveness, kind of brush it under the rug type of thing, because that's not any better.
No, and it's not. And like I think like with me and like the ex, I have forgiven him for being like a stupid 19 through 21-year-old and making those choices he made. Will I forget it? Absolutely not. But whenever I was like fake forgiving him during the relationship, that was like the issue.
Yeah.
A year and a half, a year or two, however long out we are from it now, like I can forgive him and say I have, but like then I was trying to when I really hadn't.
Right.
And I think that's the difference. So yeah, like it can't happen overnight and we can't beat ourselves up over it. Like it's just like one of those things like it'll happen if we are trying, but it doesn't have to be like an immediate thing. And the other party should not expect it to be an immediate thing.
Yeah.
Because that was also an issue I had.
That's what I'm encountering right now too.
Okay. But I do want to see where we're at in like a few months, or not
Yeah.
few months, 6 months or a year, whatever.
Yeah. Were there any that surprised you?
Honestly, my number one did. Like it being humor was like I saw it and I was like, the heck? But then I read it and I was like, actually, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, especially in my career now, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And, excuse me, there was one question that was like, oh, crud. Oh, I have a purpose or something like that. And I don't feel like I filled that one out in a way that I did have a purpose last time. Like I felt like I was very lost in the law school stuff. But this time I was able to be like, oh, I do have a purpose and a career choice and a career path type of thing.
Yeah.
So that was exciting. But yeah, I think my number one, I was like, humor, huh? But it makes sense. So
Yeah.
what about you?
I do think like some of my bottom were the ones that kind of surprised me more, but I think
Because they were so low?
yeah, but it's also just because I know like I don't want to say my stable self and my like unstable self because I don't think I'm like unstable right now, but I guess like the settled version of me has a very, I think, different like plays on different strengths than the unsettled me.
Absolutely.
And I think right now too, like I'm trying to go through a lot of like growth right now. So it's like it makes sense that like my strengths might be a little bit different than what I expect because I'm trying to like grow some of those lesser ones and some of the ones I'm like, I know I'm good at this, so I'm not focusing on as much. But there was like gratitude is number 20, which I really didn't like. But I think it's because I know it's because like I just haven't been because I've noticed this in the past couple weeks and I've been trying to kind of bring it back in a little bit more. But it's like I don't take as much time to like reflect on my day and be like, wow, I'm really thankful for these people. Wow, I'm really thankful for like these opportunities that I have because I think my day to day is just like, oh my God, this is a lot. I'm stressed. I come back. I'm tired. Oh my God, Ellie needs to go out. Da 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 da. But that's obviously like that's not like a good way to think and that's not making me happy. So I'm trying to bring gratitude back into the picture. So I guess it doesn't surprise me that it's low, but it's like it is one that's on my radar. So I guess I thought it might be a little bit higher.
Yeah, I'm looking at where mine was. But no, it I think this is like a good way to kind of see which ones you want to push up to,
Yeah.
like which ones you want to bring forward. Like last time my gratitude was at a 12, which is like whatever, but this time it's at a 9. My
Hmm.
big one that I saw a big move in, which I'm very happy about, my spirituality one, which again makes me very sad as to where I was in that time,
Hmm.
at 21,
Okay.
and now it's at 8.
Ah, I love that.
I know, and like it just like, and that relationship really, did a number on my spirituality.
Hmm.
So that's kind of cool. But like I think I noticed that the first time I took this and I was like, Mama ain't gonna be happy about that one. Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
but it's understandable too.
Yeah. So I think it is something that you can like start thinking about.
Oh, there was something that I did in 2019. I don't know if I've talked about it on here before. I'm sure I've told you before. Where like each month I focused on kind of like a different quality or like a different aspect of myself that I wanted to grow. So like there were over the course of the year there was 12 things that I like focused on and grew. So like I think like let's say like January was discipline, getting like back into school and like making sure I was like on top of my things and taking care of my stuff and structuring things the way I wanted. And then February might have been like love and just making sure I was like valuing and appreciating the people like around me and whatnot. So I think this is like a really cool, like this is a list of 24 things. So it's like I could easily like take ones that either maybe surprise me or ones that I know I want to grow, even if it's not like in this next month that I think I can focus on it, like the latter half of the year too. Because what I did was in January, I like laid out all of these things that I wanted to do. And so each month it would be like, okay, I'm just going to focus on this one thing. But I would still like build on it almost because I had established the habits of like the previous one. So I think it'd be cool to kind of take this and be like, okay, February, I'm going to focus on like discipline because I know that's just one that's like on my mind and I just really want to make sure I'm focusing on it, period. But like in March, I'm going to make sure like I'm going to work on this like appreciation of beauty and excellence quality that like will help me just kind of like stop and like appreciate the little things or whatever. So I think I'm probably going to use this and like generate one of those little lists based off things that qualities that I know I want to bring up. And then maybe do this again in like 6 months and add a year and see what happens. I think that'd be really cool.
I like that. Sure. I need to like, I mean, obviously I'm gonna dissect this more in my next session, but I kind of want to do it solo and see what I could do.
Mm-hmm.
I think at the love one I need to work on it. But I said that, which y'all haven't heard it because I haven't posted that podcast yet. But one of them was my intentions was to go in this year and make sure I'm focusing on friendships and like those relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew that. Yeah. I just like life is busy. We're all busy now. It's hard.
It is. That's why I can't wait to get in the routine to where like work goes on the back burner. Because right now it's very much at the forefront, but it's like once I have my routine and I don't have to like it doesn't have to be so draining. Like I just can't wait for it to be on the back burner and I can actually focus on like this is what I'm doing, this is what I need to do. This is what like I want to do with my weekends or even like at the end of the day. Like focus on things outside of just the 8 hours that I go to work to make money.
It'll happen.
But yeah, cute, fun. Now we know everything about Kylie and Lauren and their strengths and their weaknesses and everything that defines them. So
Absolutely. You know it all. That's it.
Confined to these personality traits.
All 24 of them. That's it. That's all we got.
So, peace out.
Peace up. 8 times.
Do, 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 do.